Now it's time for some scary Halloween videos from Softscare Agent's Corpse. Well, okay, they're not that scary.
Confound it. Laura's right. They're not that scary. I've been doing this for years, and I don't think we've ever made a scary Halloween video. Well, it's time to change that. Yeah, that's right. This year, we're going to be delving into the psychology of fear.
Moments in video games that scared us.
Now, if I were to dig into the recesses of my mind and just think about some of my own personal experiences, most likely the first video game I ever played was Super Mario World, alongside Pilot Wings and F-Zero. And just going in with no context whatsoever, I mean, you're attracted to all the cute little characters. You know, I was a toddler at the time. But one thing that really freaked me out was the Bonsai Bill. I mean, it just comes out of nowhere. Sure, there's the sound effect that's a giveaway, but it just ba-boom, and then there's this huge killer thing right in front of you. That definitely freaked me out and made me, drop my controller and run away from the TV. Consider that, at least in Super Mario Bros., which I played later, that when the bullet bills come out, at least you see the cannon. At least you know that they're coming, or you get a hint that they're coming out.
Hi, I'm Laura Fedora, and honestly the thing that always scared me the most when I was playing games, especially as a kid when this was a thing, was the timer going out at the end of the level, because all of the levels had those timers, you had to complete it in a certain amount of time. And when it was down to like the last so many seconds, it would give that little alert, everything would get quiet suddenly, and then the music would speed up and there would be minor chords and it would just... That would scare the shit out of me, to be honest. That would be when my blood got pumping.
Hi, I'm MrTopTenList from such YouTube channels as MrTopTenList, and I'm here to talk about my scariest gaming moment that might not be that scary to you. Actually, I almost never play horror games, so I don't even know what to talk about. Honestly, the scariest video game thing to me as a child was when I was 8 and I initially explored Mount Moon in Pokemon Blue. It was the first time I heard the cave theme, and the ambiance of the 8-bit music made the place feel extra creepy to me. It was also the first place where Pokemon appeared without having to walk in grass, so I kept getting bombarded by Zubats while getting lost. I actually caught a Clefairy in my first run, which was cool, but then I got lost going down the wrong ladders and could not get through the mountain. The only way I could get out was by blacking out. With all that combined, getting lost freaked me out so much that I just played the game in all the routes before Mount Moon battling wild Pokemon until my friend showed me how to get through it. I actually raised my Charmander to a Charizard along with other Pokemon in my party on the wild Pokemon outside of Pewter City and in Viridian Forest for probably 3 to 4 months to avoid having to go back into Mount Moon. Considering each Pokemon was only double-digit experience per defeat, I had to have been there for a while. I was perfectly content doing it. I was just 8 and happy to be in the Pokemon world.
Hello everyone, this is Carlos from ToastyPC. One moment that got me good when I was 11 years old was the bathtub scare on Eternal Darkness on GameCube. There I was, all young and brave, exploring the Roivas mansion, looking for a way to advance the plot, when I walk into the bathroom on the 2nd floor. There I find a page from the diary of Maximilian Roivas, so I decide to look around some more. And then... I got so scared I actually got up, turned off the GameCube, and didn't touch the thing for another 5 hours. This got me pretty good, as there are no other jump scares in the whole game. Just this one.
When I was a kid, the thing that scared me the most in like a family-friendly video game was in Twilight Princess, the Desert Temple of after you go back to being a human, after you go through like the wolf face and all that, where you get the Master Sword and everything. The first temple after that is like the Desert Temple, and it's all like dark and stuff, and there are multiple rooms that dungeon where there are mummies that get out of their coffin very slowly and eerie, and if they got near you, they would scream at Link. He would be stunned for a few seconds. I never got to finish that temple on my own because I was terrified of it. I actually had to ask my cousin to finish that temple for me because I was so terrified of it at the time. I wouldn't dare touch that temple.
If there was one moment in a game that got a scare out of me, it would have to be the Mirror Rick encounter in the first Splatterhouse game for the arcade and TurboGrafx or PC Engine. I'm playing the game and I get to a room that seems to be completely enemy-free, but of course, you know, they're not going to let you off easy. It's a long hallway that seems to have no enemies, and yet the wall is covered in mirrors, and there's this sinister little minimalistic track playing on the soundtrack, so you know something's gonna hit you. I'm walking along, pressing up, looking into the mirrors, and I'm just wondering, like, when's he gonna come out? When's he gonna come out? Please, just get it over with. Come out already. I mean, it's almost like torture. And then he comes out. The music changes, and he busts through the mirror. It just shatters, it's a big crash, and he's out there, he's right in front of you, he's doing the slide. Just about any time that I've played that part in that game, that moment just makes me jump a little bit. I can't help but think of it as like another example of how the game pays tribute to classic horror movies, and I think of how in a lot of classic horror films there were moments that would get you to jump without resorting to like screaming in your ear, and they create interesting and creative ways to sort of startle you and get you jumping out of your seat.
The scariest moment in video games for me would be from Super Smash Bros. Melee. If you lose one of the single-player modes, you'll get a continue screen that shows your character as a frozen statue on the ground. You're asked to continue. Continue? You either have to press yes or no. If you hit no, you get quite the freaky response. Game over. It's actually quite disturbing and always bothered me as a child. Game over. I used it as motivation to get better at the game because I never wanted to see that again. Game over. And if I really didn't want to continue, I would just turn off the console. Kinda giving me nightmares thinking about it. Game over. Ugh. Never do very hard mode. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, well that's it for today's video. Hope you all have a fun Halloween. For past Software Agent's scary Halloween videos, be sure to check out the links at the end, and we'll see y'all later.
For past Softscare Agents Corp's videos, click here, or just wait until the thing stops playing.